Hey, welcome back to the channel, gang. Today we got a little bit of a different video. We're going to talk about the deck and break it down, have the game highlights, but we are also going to spend a few minutes talking about Conquest Mode. And for those that don't know, that is going to be the new competitive mode that is coming out in the battle mode style. And if I'm being honest, I don't have a lot of experience inside of battle mode because I did not enjoy it when it first came out. I would play it with my friends or whoever, and it was usually like my deck was way better into theirs or vice versa. And it's like, no one wants to sit here for 6 or 7 rounds and just get stomped, right? It's like, hey, there's nothing I can do. And so there was no real incentive to play it. Now it is coming out. It is, I think, where competitive players will probably kind of move to. I think it's what a lot of the player base may be interested in. And I'm going to give it a shot. I'll probably focus on it for a month, maybe a little bit longer. If I'm not enjoying it, I am not going to continue to pursue it. If it stresses me out, right? Because ultimately I play this game for fun. You know, if you're like, well, you don't have the infinite avatar board or you're not credible, that's fine. I'm just going to keep playing ladder and enjoy myself, right? But it is going to be competitive. It's going to be stressful. And you know, you think about losing 4 cubes, 8 cubes, losing games when you could have went to infinite that round. You think about that kind of frustration and stress and multiply it by about 100, because I can't imagine being in the infinite tournament on your last round to get your, you know, infinite board or whatever and losing. That's a lot of time, effort, pain. I just don't know if I'm up for that, if I'm being honest. And it's also a different kind of play style. If you think you're going to be just as successful, in ladder as you are conquest, you've got another thing coming. It's almost an entirely different game in the way that you have to think and play. So this deck here is one of the very first decks that I've really thought, hey, this may have a shot inside of conquest mode. I'm also kind of working on a bounce deck, but this deck here, I believe Lambie Series is the creator of it. That's at least where I saw it and got it from. Definitely check him out if you're into competitive and really good snap players. He's one of the best. And so that's where I got this deck, and I'm going to put 2 different stats on the board. So future pair here, I was editing the video and I don't know what in the world I was explaining. I was confused myself by the end of it. So basically, I'm going to put 2 different stats on here. And the first one you'll see is I played 20 games and I got 20 cubes. So basically I got 1 cube per game, 65% win rate. So not too bad. And that was basically me just learning the deck, learning the ins and outs, playing like I normally would. I like to see turn 6. I don't really snap. I don't really leave unless it's just I can't win, right? Like if there's a 2% chance I could pull it off, I stay in. Then I deleted the deck and I will put the next stat on there. And I played, I believe, 45 games and I had over a 1 cube gain per win. And this was me treating the deck like I would be playing in conquest mode, snapping when my hand is favorable early on, when I think my deck is favorable into my opponent's locations and what have you. And you'll notice that, yes, my win rate is a little bit lower, but my cube gain and stuff is still really good. And so what it means is I'm able to leave only losing like 1 cube at a time, but I'm winning these 4 and these 8 cubes. And that is something that you're really gonna have to wrap your mind around as you start to play conquest mode. Is the snapping mechanic of this game is crucial. And so, like I said, my snap game is a little lackluster, you know, not actual Marvel snap, but actual snapping. And it's something that I'm forcing myself to get better at. And man, I've been doing really good over today, as you can see on the stats screen. And yeah, so we'll cut back into the original video. I don't know what the heck I was saying. I wanted to get that. I was not putting the video out like that. All right. So that's enough for conquest mode. Let's actually talk about the deck and break it down. So this is kind of the typical Iron Lad deck with a few different changes in it. We do have Nebula, who kind of forces your opponents to play into that lane. If they don't, she is going to continuously get a little bit bigger. You've got Zabu to cheapen out your Dark Hawk, your Rock Slide, your Iron Lad. So you do have some good targets for Iron Lad. It is kind of a high roll as to what you're going to get. Sometimes all your good cards are sitting in your hand, so Iron Lad is nothing more than just kind of a 4/6. Right, and so you do have Jeff, and then you have your 2 tech cards. You have Cosmo and Wave, which, man, I have forgotten how much I really enjoy Cosmo. He has been doing some work for me lately inside of this deck. And then you also have Wave to kind of shut down those decks that are trying to play out a lot of big things. So you do have the whole Doom Wave, which is always good, but you also have Wave into leader. So if you're ahead on board, you play the Wave out on turn 5. most likely you can throw down the leader and win the game. And a lot of people don't necessarily see it. And also inside of Conquest Mode, when they do know that you have it, they don't know, hey, is he going to play leader? Is he going to play Doom? Is he just going to drop the America Chavez? And that's really what you want. You want that uncertainty of, does he have it? If he does have it, is he going to play it? If he does play it, does he beat me? Right? That's what you're really wanting in your Conquest Mode. You want people to second guess themselves and not be entirely sure that they are going to win. And then ultimately, you've got your Darkhawk and Rock Slide package. You can also buff Darkhawk with your Korg. And you have America Chavez just to kind of, you know, make sure you get the cards that you need. And so, yeah, that's it. Nothing too crazy, but it's working. It's doing well for me. And so we're going to go ahead and jump into the game highlights. Got some good ones right at the start where I think I make some really good reads. And then also the last two games, they're just in there because they're both ties. I actually had 2 tied games back to back, which was kind of crazy. I mean, they're good games, but ultimately they end in a tie. And so those will be in there as well. So anyways, y'all be good, y'all be safe, and I will catch y'all in the next video. If I don't see y'all before Conquest Mode launches, good luck. Good luck. Try to enjoy it. Don't get frustrated. It's going to be a trial. It's definitely going to be a trial. I should snap back here, but I don't know what he's playing, so. Okay. So the snap means he's got Doofus in hand. Hella. Right. Anything good here? Not really. Put your Hella underneath Comatage, right? And then we play Cosmo Wave next time. Yeah. When we have priority, which is very important. I've seen Hella before, man. I've seen Hella before. Cosmo, man. It's funny, all these tech cards that we're not running a whole lot of anymore, like Shang-Chi had fallen off, Cosmo. Man, these are the cards that win you the 8 cube games. Without Cosmo, I'm just dead in the water to Hella. Big time. Well, I hope he has nothing negative to send me, like a Electro. Then you wouldn't be playing Galactus now, would you, right? You wouldn't want to do that to me. Okay. So he's just gonna fill it up and give it to me. I appreciate that. He can actually fill it up and give it to me, and there's nothing I can do about it. Electro. Almost, you know, so close. He could give me all of this. What a jerk. He's only giving me one? Okay. Is he going to Prof X me here? Yes, he is. So he can Professor X here. He can Professor X here. Or does he Professor X here? Right? And, you know, do you Professor X here and then move Jeff out if you need to? Or do I think he is going to move Jeff here and lock it down? I guessed right. So we will float this turn. 1, 3, 2. Yep.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Blue Marvel. Looking like a Blue Marvel. I was thinking for a second, I couldn't remember why I was losing the middle without playing Jeff, and it's because he was drawing cards out of his deck. Okay. Tend to gain a lot. Lesloth has been running exclusively Galactus. I think we have a shot though. We got Cosmo in hand. Try to give him a rock. Oh. Okay. All right. Hope he doesn't have like Spider-Man or something here. Oh, so he had my Cosmo. I feel like I have to play Darkhawk here. Okay. I mean, what? A tie. You know what? We take the tie. We take the tie. Man, we really had a shot to beat him too. Oh well, hey, a tie? You know, they didn't even get one cube out of that. We'll take it. That's a win, right? Well, we'll at least get one buff off the Nebula on turn 5. That's good, right? Okay, so we have Jeff, so that allows us to play an extra turn into Nebula. Good for them. I guess we're hoping for the rock slide. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? I guess we play Doom here. Yeah. So we're gonna lose a tiebreaker most likely. Oh, leader, you're a turn late. We're down 9. Can they? I don't think leader's the play here. Do they run? It's a tie. Is that 2 ties in a row? Seems like 2 ties in a row.